All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 5th, 2023. My SPY pivot this morning is 451.20. Above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. SPY's pulling back in the pre-market European session. I don't know, it was down at 449. We'll see how low it gets today. I'm looking for lows today for SPY. Possibility of 449, 448.35, 447.29, and anchored VWAP at 446.30. All right, so when we closed last week, SPY, QQQ, and FNGU were in daily uptrends with higher lows and higher highs on the charts. Currently, SPY showing a possible 3-day chart market makers reversal pattern with igniting candle and a pause candle. All right, the diamonds still in a 1-hour uptrend when we left off Friday. IWM still in a 2-hour uptrend when we left off Friday. USO still bullish. UNG still stuck in the bear flag. And the DXY, the dollar, is grinding higher this morning. So that might be what causes the SPY to dip. Okay, let's go take a look at the charts. And if we look a little, drill down here, let's take a look on, let's find our 10-minute. You can see right here, if we drag this down in here, this is right about 451.20. You can see price spent a lot of time there on Friday, so that's my pivot for today. Here's our downtrend line. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, clearing up some of that stuff. All right, anchored VWAP right down here. This is about 446.30 right there. So looking for a target of 446.30 possibly today. We'll see what happens there. Drill back to the daily chart. Clean it up a little bit. So here we come back up here. Here's our daily uptrend. You got higher lows, higher highs. So you can see we gapped down this morning and we're trading back up to fill the gap. So that's in the pre-market, pre-session, European session. So we'll see what happens. Now, let's take a look at this on the 3-day chart. You can see here is our igniting bar. This right here would be our pause candle. And now we're looking for a J hook off of this support line right here. So this is what we're looking for SPY. So here's igniting candle, reversal. And then we've got pause. Then we're looking for J hook. So a pull back to maybe back to 443, 444 area. And then look for that to hook and give us three-day candles to the upside. We'll see what happens. Each one should make a higher high and a higher low. So there's the SPY. So now let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ kind of doing the same thing a little bit, but we'll take a look at it on the daily. So here's QQQ, higher low, higher high. So there's QQQ putting in a daily uptrend right there on QQQ. Now let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU was in a daily downtrend and now has reversed to a daily uptrend. So here's our downtrend. You got a lower high and a lower low. Now we look at our daily uptrend. We've got a higher low and a higher high. So now we're looking to see what they want to do today. Here's our neckline right there for FNGU. Still underneath the neckline. We'll see if they're going to roll over today or continue with their daily uptrend. Now let's go take a look at the diamonds. Here's the diamonds pulling back, making a higher low. They're still in an uptrend, but as far as if you look at it on the daily chart, we have a higher low here. Now it's pressure on the bulls to produce the higher high. You can see here's our last low. This is our current recent low. So pressure's on the bulls to produce the higher high. So they got some work to do. So they're kind of putting in the bull flag at this time right now. So we'll see right now what they're into. Whether it's a 2 hour. Yeah, they got a 2 hour uptrend. No, they got a 1 hour uptrend. Here we go. 1 hour uptrend with a higher low and a higher high. So there's the diamonds with a 1 hour uptrend right there. So take a look at IWM. IWM on the daily chart also put in a slightly higher low. So you can see pressures on IWM to produce that higher high. So their chart is still working out. So let's take a look at this right here. They got down into a little bit of major support right through here, and then they're bouncing up. We'll see if which one of these trend lines is going to probably hold price up or hold it down. We'll see what happens here with IWM. And on IWM, we have a 2 hour uptrend. So if we look at this on the 2 hour chart, here's the higher low and the higher high, higher low, and higher high. So there's IWM with a 2 hour uptrend. Now, if we take a look at the DXY. So slide this over, open this up. All right, so here's the dollar index, and it's called the DXY. It's the same thing as what I had on the other charts. Here's the rip down, and this is the recovery. And you can see right now in the pre-market, we're all the way back up to 104.73. So we start breaking over these tails. I'm not going to have a whole lot of hope for bullishness in this market. I would say it's a good chance we're probably going to break down. Might break down hard, might be a soft one. We'll see what happens, but we're starting to clear these tails. These tails over here, that would represent the major resistance. So you can see price is coming up through those tails right now. See, that's that dotted line. And here's the tails here, so we're coming right over the top on the DXY. So that's the dollar index. Now, if we take a look at the economic calendar for today, very light day, just factory orders at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, international trade goods at 8:30. And the ISM Services Index. Beige Book at 2. That can move the markets. We'll see what happens, but that can move the markets occasionally. Earnings calendar. All right, so for today, we got Zscaler, GitLab, Ascends, Health Equity. For tomorrow, we got Copart, UPath, Core and Main, and GameStop. That's tomorrow. Later this week, we got Toro Company, DocuSign, RH, and that's about it there. On Friday, we got Sadix, Phi, and we got Kroger. Kroger's coming out on Friday in the morning time. So that's what we got for earnings. Now let's go take a look at some of our indicators. All right, so here's T2122. This is Friday's price action right here, September 1st. And if you look at it, we came down here. We started making, we fell out of the overbought zone. through the buy zone all the way into the chop zone down here, and we're trying to make it back into the buy zone with a few higher lows and higher highs at the end of the day. T2123 on the 15-minute was green, then we kind of sold off a little bit, red, and then some buying ensued. So there's T2123 on the 15-minute and T2123 on the 3-bar chart. You can see here's yesterday's price action. They put in 3 more green trend indicator balls here. So price kind of moving up. We'll see if they can continue to make higher lows and higher highs on T2123 on the 3-bar chart. Now we're going to head back. Let's go take a look at some silver and gold. Actually, let's go take out, here's USO. So here's USO. Got a little flag happening here. And you can see they broke over the head, so they negated the head and shoulders pattern. But here's your flag. Little breakout we had on Friday. We'll see if they fall back in there. We'll see what happens today. But there's a little breakout on the bull flag that they had. And there you can see there's the head and shoulders. No longer an issue because they already broke it. So that's over with. So now let's go take a look at UNG. So here's UNG on the bigger picture. Still big bear flag. Still dealing with the midpoint of the bear flag. Nothing exciting. Just stuck in the same spot again. So there's UNG. So let's take a look at SLV. Okay, here's SLV. Really had some hope coming in here. Here's our downtrend. Went back up. Attacked that downtrend. Now trading all the way back at the midpoint on SLV. GLD. Here's GLD. Here's a downtrend. Attack the downtrend. And from our last pullback, back at the midpoint again. So nothing really happening in the precious metals. USO's trying to break out. That was looking nice. I really didn't want that. Kind of like to see it cool off for a couple months. But hey, if it's going to go, let it go. So there's USO. And that's it for the markets this morning. We can check out, hey, you know what? Let's check out SMH. All right, here's SMH. Still bullish. Nice bull flag. Kind of a sloppy bull flag, but nonetheless, bull flag over here inside this channel. So there's SMH. Daily uptrend. Also daily downtrend. So we've got some green trend indicator balls and some red trend indicator balls. So here's our pullback. And if you measure that pullback, here's us recovering from that pullback all the way back up into quadrant 4. So really nice recovery on SMH. IYT, transports. I don't know if that's Friday's candle or not. It says it is. I don't think that's the real candle, but we'll see what happens here. IYT, bear flag, not looking good at all. Coming into this uptrend line, we'll see if that can give it any support whatsoever. But there's IYT right now in a daily downtrend, bear flag. Transports. XLF. XLF putting in a higher low so far right here. So let's see if the bear bulls got the pressure is going to be on them to produce the higher high. So now what we're looking for is for the bulls to start closing candles up over the midpoint. And we'll see if they're able to do that later today. A little bit of a bull flag happening here right underneath the midpoint. So we'll see what happens. So I'll take questions for the BYOB trading room now. And if there's no questions, I'll see everybody in about 45 minutes.